Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing an exclusive document from March of this year, 2024, showing you all the devils in the details that they are going to be utilizing blockchain and distributed ledger technology for humanitarian aid. And everything that we've been researching on the CYPRX platform and trying and attempting to show you all via what the mainstream masses are manipulated into believing is a smokescreen. This document literally has me hyped right now. So if you enjoy these video breakdowns, do us a favor, smash that thumbs up and subscribe. I'm going to share screen with you. Shout out to the CYPRX researchers for putting in the work, finding these documents. This document is literally mind-blowing. Before we get into the documents, I want to first take your attention to a video clip of Elizabeth Warren. Again, this is the type of information that is being broadcasted to the masses to shake people out of this digital asset ecosystem. Take a second and listen.
There's a new threat out there. It's crypto, and it is being used for terrorist financing. It is being used for drug trafficking. North Korea is using it to pay for about half of its nuclear weapons program. We can't allow that to continue.
So cryptocurrencies, blockchain, distributed ledger tech is used for illicit market purposes, financing terrorism, so on and so forth. Yet, look at these documents. This is literally mind-blowing information. So I'm going to share my screen with you all, and we're going to jump into it, okay? So this is a document from Harvard Kennedy School for Business and Government. Suggested finance framework for the day after in Gaza, using fintech to forge a terrorism-free future. Right? Catches your attention because, again, they're saying that blockchain, DLT, crypto, digital assets is used for illicit market purposes, but yet here they are in a document going on to confirm that they're going to be utilizing it for humanitarian aid after the war is over. You cannot make this stuff up. This is from March 2024. We're just going to go through and read some highlights, and I'm going to play some video clips from some previous panel discussions. For example, the United Nations utilizing the Stellar Network to provide humanitarian aid for dispersed citizens that were affected by the Ukraine conflict, right? This is literally proving everything that we've been researching and showing you all on the CYPRX platform. So again, do us a favor, share these video breakdowns so that way individuals don't get manipulated and shaken out of this space, and you can actually see real research behind the scenes. This is all info that they're never going to share with you on the mainstream platforms. Look at the date, March 25th, 2024. This is updated. Suggested financial framework for the day after in Gaza, using fintech to forge a terrorism-free future. After the war against Hamas in Gaza ends, billions of funds for Gaza's reconstruction and humanitarian aid will be allocated by the international community, as has been the case following past conflicts. So remember, I just mentioned to you all that the United Nations chose the Stellar Network in order to disperse humanitarian aid to citizens that were affected negatively by the Ukrainian conflict. Take a second and listen.
Ukraine is using cutting-edge technologies such as blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and Web3 in face of the dreadful challenges of the Russian war. And today, we can see how embracing blockchain technology allows us to scale humanitarian efforts in a way that wasn't possible before. The United Nations Refugee Agency and the Stellar Development Foundation launched a first-of-its-kind blockchain payment solution for digital cash distribution to internally displaced persons in Ukraine.
That's not us making that up. That's coming from confirmed representatives telling you all that to be the case, okay? Again, it's never going to reach the mainstream. They're going to continuously tell you that blockchain, distributed ledger tech, crypto, digital assets, oh, it's a fad, it's a scam, get out of it, when in reality, they know where the future is headed. Let me show you all. They want to be able to track, control, and monitor all transactions. And that is exactly what you can do utilizing this technology. This proposal advocates for the creation of a comprehensive financial framework that leverages financial technology. I'm going to try and get through this quick so this video is short and more people watch it, because if this video is longer than 20 minutes, people won't freaking watch it. It's insane. Throws the algorithm off if your video is more than 16 minutes. Innovations to ensure aid is transparently and effectively used for rebuilding Gaza's civil infrastructure by integrating digital wallets, blockchain oversight mechanisms, and reputable global financial institutions into the reconstruction effort. So they're already planning for this war to end. They're forward projecting for this conflict to cease to exist in the near future. And by eliminating the use of cash, do you see that right there? Money exchangers and unsupervised domestic banks, the aim is to minimize fund misuse, increase transparency and traceability, right there, two key vocab, and foster an environment of prosperity and peace. This could even transform Gaza into a fintech hub. What? Okay, let's continue to read. Check it out. Upon the conclusion of the conflict in Gaza, it is anticipated that the international community will allocate billions of funds for the region's reconstruction and humanitarian aid. This misuse underscores the immediate need for a revised strategy for the Gaza economy, one that ensures transparency, delivery of resources to the right and rightful participants with stringent oversight in a manner that provides the need for transparency and traceability. In preparation for post-conflict global agreements to be set in the region, and regardless of the identity of the stakeholders that will govern Gaza, it is essential to design a financial framework that strives to eliminate terrorism and serves as a catalyst for change and prosperity in Gaza. It gets deeper. Gaza's economy relies heavily on cash. Look at this. Look at this freaking statistic. This is a statistic that they're never going to show you on the mainstream. Cash is the most notorious avenue for terrorism financing, extremely challenging to trace or monitor. So again, Elizabeth Warren's perspective that's broadcasted to the mainstream media platforms, whereas look at these panel discussions confirming that cryptocurrencies, digital assets, blockchain tech, barely any transactions overall in the digital asset ecosystem are used for illicit purposes and finance terrorism. Take a second and listen.
The comment, though, I disagree with Matt, is that the majority of this technology is being used for nefarious purposes. That's just simply not true. We have loads and loads and years worth of data that demonstrate that that's not the case. Something like 1 point something percent or less than a percent of on-chain transactions is deemed to have any kind of illicit element attached to it. So that's a misnomer, and that's kind of an old school view.
So check this out, it gets deeper. Digital payments can facilitate the use of aid funds and salaries swiftly and securely. This is insane, this part. To pay for services or local stores, such as food in local stores, medical treatment, utility bills, and more. The nature of digital payments allows for micropayments, making it extremely convenient and accessible. All of the payments should be settled by reputable international parties. Robust identification and monitoring measures should be implemented, ensuring the integrity of this framework and provide transparency on the destination of funds. The identity of each user shall be verified with full customer due diligence, process as required by the International Anti-Money Laundering and Counterterrorism Financing (AML-CFT) standards for the Financial Action Task Force. Each user will go through a Know Your Customer process upon establishing a digital wallet, which includes the collection and verification of relevant personal information. Users' identities shall be verified against governmental documentation, supported by biometric validation, i.e. fingerprints or selfies, and screened against relative blacklists for terror-designated activities. In case where the user characteristics indicate a high risk for terrorism financing, additional measures will be implemented. Look at this. This is freaking mind-blowing. This literally confirms what all the conspiracy theories have been telling you all they want to use this technology for. Every transaction shall be subject to strict ongoing monitoring. I'm not making that up. This is coming from Harvard Business School. And will require biometric validation. Do you all freaking see this? Smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. This is literally everything in a nutshell and one document that we've been trying to show the world is happening right now behind the scenes. They're not going to tell you this in the mainstream. They're not going to show you this. This is what they want to use this technology for, to track, control, and monitor every single individual. I'm not making that up. This is coming from this document, okay? But on the mainstream platforms, they're going to shake you out. They don't want you involved. Do you see the inverse correlation, what they show you on the mainstream and then what they don't? Because they know where this technological revolution is headed. Users will be able to spend the funds only on pre-approved business services in close garden models. They are going to be able to control what you spend the money on. That is insanity. That's nuts. Nuts. Okay? Here it says and mentions the UN aid, and we know that the UN was heavily involved and interconnected with the Stellar Network to provide humanitarian aid in the past for dispersed refugees that were affected by the Ukraine conflict. Again, here it confirms that. past experiences in other jurisdictions, it is important to note that digital payment mechanisms have been utilized in distributing aid to refugees across various conflict zones globally, including in Europe and in Africa. Wow. So last but not least, it says utilizing blockchain tech. Blockchain tech can revolutionize the financial system. In Gaza and aid distribution, this transformation could include launching a unique stablecoin. What did Ripple just do? Announce a stablecoin, right? And they're partnered with who? Governments all around the world.
Nothing is more important to us than the partnerships that we've built with different countries. We're honored to be working globally with many central banks. I think we've publicly released 6 governments that we're working with. Most recently, we announced a partnership with the National Bank of Georgia. We're honored to be working with them. We have several others that we're working with privately.
Are you all seeing what's happening? And do you all remember, hold on, it gets crazier. On a private blockchain or introduce a digital currency akin to a central bank digital currency backed by sovereign authority. Such a bespoke digital coin operating with a private blockchain offers transparency for donors regarding the coin's legitimate use while maintaining the privacy of individual users. Do you remember on another panel discussion, a representative from Europe went on to say that they're going to integrate pre-existing blockchain and distributed ledger protocols into this new digital foundation?
Incorporating or integrating those also decentralized finance, the governance models into the blockchain technology. So what would be the main topic of that future blockchain institution in Europe? To put all these things together, to take into account the development of blockchain technology as such. So not only the protocols that are existing under EPSI at the moment, but also to scale up with the other blockchain infrastructures. That was also included in the Digital Europe program and foreseen. So we heard even before in the panels, we haven't achieved mass adoption yet. Yeah, but we can achieve mass adoption also with the integration of additional blockchain protocols and blockchain infrastructures.
The inherent transparency of blockchain tech, which logs every transaction, enables the use of blockchain analytics to ensure that usage patterns align with established policies. Again, they're going to be able to track, control, and monitor and agree on or disagree on what you spend your money on. Being a private blockchain, this monitoring is restricted to pertinent stakeholders such as donors and excludes access to users' personal data. This is the last thing. It says, utilizing transparent blockchain technology may provide an innovative solution for a closed garden model that closely monitors the on-ramp and off-ramp of users, approving all participants and users in a traceable and secured ecosystem over a transparent ledger of all transactions. So if this information didn't blow your mind, I honestly don't know what else will. Showing you all some perspectives that will never reach the mainstream. Do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. I mean, absolutely wow. You know, it's just so crazy to me that the masses believe one thing while behind the scenes, they are literally rolling out blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology using private blockchains. They specifically saw that in the document in order to disperse aid, humanitarian aid to affected individuals from these global conflicts. Absolutely mind-blowing information. With that being said, I hope that you all enjoy the research that we provide here at CYPRX, showing you guys devils in the details to not get shaken out, to really pay attention to the zoomed out long-term perspective and the utilization of these new and emerging technologies. Many blessings to you guys. Make sure that you go out there and do your research. I cannot stress enough, we are in an era of information. It is irresponsible of you to just believe what the mainstream platforms are pumping out to you. Bring up these documents, do research. If you don't know where to find them, that here at CYPRX, we've curated a centralized place where you can find all of this information in our private CYPRX research channel that you can access through our Discord server. So that way you can partake in the information and the developments ongoing that are actually happening behind the scenes that never reach the mainstream. As always, keep your head up out there. I know that we're in a market downturn, but zoom out, have a long-term perspective, understand where this technology is headed and how it's going to be implemented into the global new Web3 economy that they are currently building out as we speak. And I will see you all in the next video breakdown.